Welcome to Cool Photoshop. In this video we're going to look at using a clever distortion technique to make some special effects. Okay, now we start with this image. We've got an apple sitting on a windowsill or something with some flowers. Okay, first thing we have to do is we have to cut out the apple. Easiest way to do it with a shape like this is to use our pen tool and just trace around the outside. I want the apple reasonably accurate here, so we'll just use our a Bezier tool, pen tool here, to go right around as we go. Now I want this drip here. I think that'll be quite good. So we'll include the drip and we'll carry it on around. This is a fairly high resolution image, so we can be quite accurate with this. If you want to see this video in high resolution, you can just visit the electricartist.com and you'll be able to find it very high resolution. Almost there. And we'll join those up. Now I'll just use my direct path selection tool to tidy up that selection if we need it. Just there. I don't think there's anything much else is there. No, we'll leave it at that. Okay, now we'll go into our paths and we'll turn that path into a selection. Back to layers, we'll do a copy and paste. So if we turn off the background, you'll see we have our layer there of the apple. Right, now this is the key to the whole exercise. We're going to use warp, and what I'm going to do, probably going to have to do a couple of attempts at this. So you notice we're changing the shape of the apple. I'm turning it into a square apple. I think that as a marketing tool, I think square apples will be a lot better than the standard shape, because you'll be able to fit a lot more into the packaging, make a lot more export earnings. It's better. They'll fit a lot easier into school kids' lunches too. So about there. Okay, I might do that again just to tidy up those, make the corners a little sharper. Sometimes you need to do these things more than once. Notice I'm actually clicking inside the square as opposed to on the lines. That enables me to move the whole region inside the square. And I'm shortening these corner ones and stretching the center pieces. Here we go. Just give that a tweak there. That's not bad. It's a square apple. Done? Okay, done. Now if we turn on our background, put our apple in place, you'll see I've shrunk it a little, so I'll stretch it back up to where it was, put it into this position I want it to be. Now all I have to do is get rid of that apple behind it. Luckily for me, this background is out of focus, so it makes it a lot easier just to use a simple clone change. Get a bigger brush here. I'll just sample up here, about there, and we'll just wipe out that part there. If the background wasn't out of focus, I'd probably have to put a little bit more effort into this, but as it happens, people aren't necessarily going to sort of say, hey, that out of focus background has been altered. If I was really pedantic, I could go into the background and probably give it a little bit more of a blur. Okay, now the background down here is actually white. So what I'm going to do, instead of using the clone tool, I'm going to sample this sort of whitish colour in the background and use a brush. Okay. Just sort of avoid the flower pieces. It's only the flower that I have to worry about. I don't have to worry about the apple side. Okay, make the brush a bit bigger. And just go on here. Here we go. Now back to our clone tool. And I'm just going to extend our little flower a little bit there just to tidy that up. There we go. Right. Now we've got the stalk. We've got two stalks at the moment. We probably don't really need that. And the top of the apple here. Just take that away. Over the stalk. Okay. Now, as I say, I could spend a little bit more time on the background if I wanted, but I think you get the picture. Here we go. We now have, I'll just align it back up there. We now have a square apple on the windowsill. Special effect using a simple tool, just warp. Just align it. There we go.